YouTube, everybody. And if you're new on this video, please, guys, get subscribed. So if you happen to be tuning in on this video, guys, I'm going to wash my hands. I'm going to cook my lasagna on live, guys. I'm going to cook a dinner on live stream because I always show y'all my videos of me, my shorts, and everything else, but I never really show y'all the full effect. So what I'm going to do right now, guys, is I'm going to do two things. I'm going to put, this is my pan, I'm going to cook my lasagna shells in. So I'm going to fill this up with some water, guys. And you may see me keep moving this because I have my phone on the charger and it's standing up, so I don't want it to fall. Watch this cord. I got my pan on and I got my water in here. I'm going to put this on the stove, guys. I'm going to turn my fire on the stove on a medium to, I guess, a medium to high heat, guys. And I'm about to put my hamburger. So this is some hamburger, ground beef I got from Shaw's, guys. So I'm going to put my hamburger on. Actually, I'm going to just take this off the charger because I don't want to do that. So I'm going to put my hamburger on. This is some ground beef. This little small pack costs $6.92. Shaw's is, not going to lie, they're kind of expensive to me. So I'm going to go ahead and put this in the pan. And guys, I'm going to do this lasagna in a way to show you guys that, you know, this is what I do all the time. So I don't need any help in the kitchen. No offense, Brianna, nobody. No, I'm just saying to nobody. Like, I can do this. I do this all the time. I don't need nobody to pass me nothing and nothing. I'm just gonna do my thing. So I just washed my hands, and I got my hamburger cooking right here in my slow fryer, which is also a slow cooker. And I got it on, what is that on? I think it's on 400. Let me check the heat on there. We'll put it on 350. I'm going to get the seasoning to put in my hamburger. Guys. So, Brianna, you seen that post yourself good? 1 second, guys. Just getting my seasoning. So I got right now, I'm gonna use this Montreal chicken seasoning. No, I got it. I'm gonna add some black pepper to this, guys. And when you're good at this, you just naturally flow with it. And that's what I do, because I'm good at it. So there's no, you know, and I usually have everything close by because I do this all the time. So what I'm going to do, you don't have to see me going to go look too far for anything because my stuff is usually close by. And with a little bit of TV magic also, guys. I already got my cans open and everything else. I try to do it the right way, like the Real Cooking Channel. So I already got my cans open because I don't want to have to procrastinate while I open up the cans. So I'm going to mix up the ground beef. So far I put in some Montreal chicken seasoning, some black pepper. I'm going to put a little bit of kosher salt, but I'm not going to put too much in here because there's no point for these people that might be tuning into this live stream and you're not a person who cooks all the time. You don't really have to season the ground beef or whatever, ground turkey, whatever you use to make your lasagna. To be honest, you could wait to season the sauce because you'll do all this, but then you're going to turn around and season the sauce anyway. So what I'm doing is I'm going to put a little bit of seasoning in my hamburger. I got that on a medium to high heat. I think it's 350. And I'm going to let that brown. Right now, I got my water on. So this is my water that's on. This is what I'm going to put my lasagna shells in, guys. Let me show you what I got. So I got 1, 2, 3 boxes of lasagna shells, 2 buckets of ricotta cheese, 2 big bags of cheese, 1 Mexican style, and 1 low moisture pot skim milk mozzarella. And I got my spaghetti sauces right here. Where's my other? Oh, I got another spaghetti sauce. It's probably been put away already. I got another big spaghetti sauce. So what we're doing for the people that just joined in the live stream video, we are going to be making homemade lasagna made from scratch. And I got right now, my ground beef is cooking right now. So I'm gonna let that cook. And I was telling the viewers, if you're just tuning in, I season this with a little bit of kosher salt, a little bit of Montreal chicken season, and a little bit of black pepper. However, you don't really have to season your meat before you put the sauce in because you're going to season your sauce anyway. Some people choose to season both, but you don't have to. But I use to season both. So I season my ground beef a little bit because I'm going to season the sauce as well. So I don't want to overdo it too much with the seasoning. Too much salt and things like that is not good. So I kind of try to keep it a little bit. Exactly. Yes, Curtis. Yes. I have a big family, so I have to get a lot of, I think they said like the baseline for most lasagnas is at least $25 to $30. I think this cost about double that. And this is for a family of at least 11 people. So stay tuned, guys, as I do my little, chefing it up. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to get out me a bowl and I'm going to mix up my ricotta cheese mixture, in which I'm going to use to put the lasagna as a base, to put in my lasagna. So I'm going to mix up my ricotta cheese. Now I'm going to show you guys how I was taught to do it. The lasagna and the ricotta cheese. So I'm mixing out this pan. I'm probably going to be using 2 pans because I'm making enough lasagna for my house and for my daughter's house because she made some lasagna last week and it was banging. So I figured I'd return the favor. So now I'm going to turn that light on. I'm going to now make, so this is 1 pan. Still got my hamburger cooking on here, my ground beef. And this is, I think this is 83% fat, so a lot of the juice is cooking out. Actually, I don't think, it might not be 83%, it's kind of lean. It's not that much juice, but I'm letting all the fat cook off the ground beef with little bits on there. And we're gonna let that ground beef cook until it is browned, so that I can get ready to mix my sauce. So now in this pot, I'm gonna actually mix my ricotta, show you how I do my ricotta mixture. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move this to the side. Here's my pot. I'm gonna turn this around for you guys. Hey, Kaylin, hey, Curtis, how are you guys? Happy Wednesday. I'm cooking lasagna on live, guys. So I got my ricotta, and this is full whole milk ricotta, which is also something I don't do. I don't usually use whole milk products because it kind of bothers me, but this was the cheapest one, so we're going to go with this today. Because in the real world, I really genuinely don't like to use whole milk products. I use skim milk or like 1% or 2% milk. So what I do is for people, again, and this is also a how-to cook video, so let your first meal be for somebody you impress with some lasagna. And say, my crazy big black family showed me how to do that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pour my ricotta in there. Look at it. It's like a little jello mold. I'm going to take my yellow spoon, rinse it off, give it a nice little rinse. And I'm just going to mush my ricotta down just like that, guys. Now, I'm going to use another cup of ricotta because I think like at least 1.5 of these. I don't think the one will be enough, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to open up this one. And I'm just going to go ahead and pour about half of that in there. Put the top back on this one because we can use it for later. Throw the other one in the trash. Could you tell me to take this trash out, please, or somebody take out the trash, please? So now what I'm going to do is I have my ricotta mixture right here, guys. Look at that. And what I was taught to do by my aunt, because that's the first person we made lasagna with, is my hamburgers. Let me just show y'all what's going on with my hamburgers. So my hamburger's cooking right now. So it's starting to brown, and that's what you want to look for. You want to kind of look for a browning. Yes, you could. Please, can you sub? I appreciate that. Cooler, cool. Is that, what does that say? Cooler? Yes, please do sub. I would appreciate that. So you want to get like a browning effect, and you want all these little pink ones, all the pink, you want it to be brown for the new starters here. So right now I got my pink turning brown, and I'm going to put you guys right here. And what I'm going to do is to my ricotta mixture, I'm going to add some black pepper. And I'm going to add some kosher salt to it. Some probably said, well, why you add that to your ricotta? Because this is also a part of the lasagna process is the ricotta cheese. So you want to add a little bit of seasoning to it because you'll be able to taste it. What I usually do is I put like a drop of milk inside the ricotta just to make it a little bit more runny, so it will spread more easier and it will be more ricotta when you make your lasagna. Not as hard and stiff, you know, when you get ready to start layering. So a little hack is just add just like literally a drop of milk to it. So this is some 2% milk, and I'm just gonna drop just like about that much in there. And my water is boiling right now for my lasagna shells. So I'm about to get ready to put my lasagna shells inside the water because it's come to a boil. I'm gonna mix the milk up inside the ricotta like that. Fold it, fold it, fold it, and fold it. I don't mix so much, I fold it, which is just turning it over and getting it inside, like all the ingredients together. So now, go back to my hamburger. You guys can't see, but this hamburger is cooking pretty good. This slow cooker cooks fast, especially when you got it on at like 350. And it cuts off most of the time of cooking, so I like using this. So our hamburger's almost all brown. I don't want to be too sloppy with it. What I usually do is for my ricotta cheese, I also add my cheese that I'm going to put in my lasagna. So we got Mexican blend by Lucerne. And what I usually do is I just open it up and I take like a handful and I put it inside my lasagna ricotta sauce because it makes the ricotta even more cheesier, guys. And it also makes your lasagna a little bit more cheesier. But for those who are maybe a little lactose intolerant, you may not want to put that inside your ricotta, but I do, even though I probably shouldn't, but I like it like that. I was raised to do it like that. Also, some people will put like 1 egg in it too. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get my egg, because I usually put one egg in it, no more than one egg. One egg is good enough. So we got our eggs. Yep, no problem. And we're gonna take one egg, guys, just one. You can choose to put more than one, but one's enough. You're gonna put that egg right on top of the ricotta. And then you're gonna give that ricotta a fold, until the egg starts to disappear inside your ricotta. That's all you want to do. You just want to fold that egg in there and give it a little bit of mixture like that, just a little bit. Make sure your egg is fully mixed though inside your ricotta mixture, because you don't want no blobs of yellow yolk. You want everything mixed inside. So there's your ricotta mixture. And my pot is a little full, guys, but that's okay, because I'm going to use this to mix my lasagna. So let's see. Now what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at the hamburger now. So look at that, guys. Let's back up. So when you back up, you see my hamburger is pretty ground at this point. I flip it over, bless you, and you're seeing the brown effect. I flip it, you're seeing the brown. And this is what you want to look for when you're preparing ground beef. Your ground beef turns from red or pink to brown, and that's what you want. When it is this brown color, again, for the newcomers on this channel and the new people just starting to cook, when your ground beef is this color, this is when one would consider it to be almost done. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that just continue to cook and simmer on there for a few minutes. Yeah. Thank you, Caitlin. Yes, yes. Comment down below if you have like your own way of how you do stuff. Sorry, guys. Like of how you do your lasagna. So what I'm going to do now, guys, I'm going to get ready to turn this ground beef off. And I'm going to actually put my lasagna shells in the water right now. So I'm going to go ahead and let you guys see that. So I'm going to prop our camera up like this. I'm going to take our lasagna shells. And I'm going to use a little bit of salt. This is a hack, guys, again, for the beginner cookers. Salt stops your shells from sticking together. So that's a little hack. I don't even need oil. You put a little bit of salt in your boiling water, all shells, pasta, all that, it will stop it from sticking. So I'm going to add some salt inside there. And you just add your lasagna shells as they are, whole. Just like that, guys. So I'm going to go ahead and put those in there. And I want to give you guys the full effect so that, you know, for the folks on here who are not veterans of the kitchen and you don't be in here all the time and you don't cook all the time, I want to try to go step by step for you guys. So I'm going to put the other lasagna shells in there. And you're probably like, well, they don't fit in the pot. The thing about all pasta is that it does shrink and swell. So, you know, it swells, excuse me. But at first, it will be like this, and then it's going to shrink down, and it will all fit inside. So I'm going to let those sit in there. I bought 3 boxes. I think 2 probably would be enough. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the other box. And we're going to add the lasagna in just like that. And I'm just going to let that sit in there because after a while, the lasagna shells are going to shrivel up and they'll fit inside my pot perfectly. I'm going to add a little bit more water to that so that that will be full and it will make the lasagna shells simmer a little bit quicker. I'm going to turn off my hamburger. Unplug my pan. I'm going to add some water. Now that's forward cook. Sorry guys if my video is lagging. I apologize. So for the people that just joined me, please, guys, don't forget to like this video, my crazy big black family on YouTube, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to drain my ground beef juice. And let me let you guys see. So I'll give you a nice close visual. Look at that, guys. There's your ground beef. Look at that. We'll move back. Oops, sorry, I drained a little bit. Oh, I drained a little bit, but you guys get the picture. That's my ground beef. And yeah, I want to drain it anyway. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn that over. We're going to drain the juice, and that's the fat juice from the ground beef. Some ground beef is like 93%, lean, and the rest fat. This one I feel was like probably a little 80s lean and the rest fat because it's a lot of grease coming out of here. And what you want to do is you want to drain that, liquids off of your ground beef as much as possible. So I'll let you guys see that. So what I'm doing is I'm just going to drain that. Yep, as you see, I'm just going to drain it just like that. And then you have basically a dry pot, not dry, but you've let all your liquids out. And now here's the time when you start to do your seasonings, if you choose to want to add more seasonings, whatever you want to do. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a little cleanup here. And give myself some room because I'm going to work from this counter right here. So I'm going to push my hamburger to the side like that. Put my dish detergent over here. And I have some sausages. I started to make sausages, but I'm not even going to add those because I don't need to. So I'm going to start to put away my stuff that I'm using. I'm checking on my lasagna shells, and they're coming along. They're starting to go down inside the water. In a few more minutes, I'll let you guys take a look at the progress of those. I'm going to try to clean up my mess while I'm cooking. So the first thing I'm going to do is this is some tomato puree. I'm going to add this first. I'm going to add my tomato puree because we're going to make our own little, little sauce. And to that, always add water. Whatever you use, like stuff like that, you top it off with water for stretching reasons and to thin it out a little bit. So I'm going to go ahead and add water to that can, which was like a half of a can of water. And I'll show you all guys already how much my sauce looks. And I haven't even added I still have sauce. So this is just one can of sauce and me putting water in it. And you see, guys, and I have plenty of sauce to go with that. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get out my other can of sauce. We're going to add that. Oops, you guys can't see me. Oh, you like to use the ready-baked? Yes, comment down below, guys, if you use the ready-baked pasta. I use it sometimes too, Caitlin. It is much easier, and you don't have to boil, especially on a day like today when it's hot. But I got that fan going. But yeah, I prefer to use the ready. When I was in the store getting the stuff, I looked at the ready-made pasta, and I'm like, I should probably get that. But I just chose to do it the all-natural way. But if you're watching this video, guys, yes, there is lasagna shells that are actually already ready to go in the oven. They're oven made, oven baked. You just put them, you layer your stuff, your lasagna, however many layers, and you don't have to boil the lasagna shell. They're already, they're cooked or whatever. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to get the rest of I'm actually going to start seasoning my salt. So I'm going to add some pepper in here. I'm going to get my kosher salt out. I'm going to add a little bit. And kosher salt, guys, is good for seasoning because it works well. So a little goes a long way, if that makes sense. So what I'm going to do is and that's why I like to use kosher salt, because it's very, it's very seasonal. You can taste it right off the rip. So we're going to get all our sauces together. Did you see that other big thing of sauce? There was like one more sauce. Anybody see it? It was like a big ragu sauce. Yeah, in a jar. Maybe, I hope it didn't fall out in the car. Well, guys, here's another thing of tomato puree. I also had another sauce, but I don't see that. So I'll go ahead. Good thing I bought a lot of these, though. So I'm going to add my tomato puree. And, guys, my cup half runneth over in my spaghetti sauce. Let me come closer so you guys can see. Look at that. See? This one. It's just boiling. So as you guys see, look at that. It's full, guys. And it's full and it's saucy. And now feel free, to add more salt, to add pepper, and also you must add, nothing says Italian or spaghetti or any kind of pasta without garlic. So, what was you going to say? Parsley. Oh, definitely. Definitely parsley. Definitely parsley. But yeah, I was going to say, so we're going to get some garlic and we're going to get some chopped onions. We're going to put our garlic in there. I don't see the other. So do you see the garlic powder in there? We're gonna put some chopped onions in there, guys. Garlic spread. Huh? The garlic spread? No, that's cool. So guys, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna mix this up. And I'm gonna actually get my my cord. Did I put that cord in there, Brianna? This one. I'm gonna plug this back in, guys, because I want to just heat my lasagna back up. Well, not my lasagna. Heat up my ground beef. And clean up my mess over here. Move my ricotta on my table. And I'm going to plug this back in, let this start to simmer. And we'll let it simmer on a low heat. We won't turn it up too high. We'll let it simmer just to get it, heat up those ingredients in there. And like I said, feel free to, add what you want to your sauce to enhance the flavor. I also like to add a little bit of syrup to my sauce or sugar. So what I'm going to do, and you might have seen me do this on a short video. If you watch my videos, I'm going to add a little bit of original syrup to it. Sugar or syrup makes your spaghetti sauce or any kind of pasta sauce taste good. Red pasta sauce. I wouldn't recommend it for white pasta sauce, but for red pasta sauce, any sugar or like some syrup will help. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to let that just start to simmer. And then I'm going to go over to my lasagna shells, guys, because they're almost done. And as you see the lasagna shells have withered up. They've went down into the water. We're going to move those around. Look at that, guys. Look at that. And give them a nice little mix right quick, but they're pretty much cooking on their own, so I don't really got to bother those. And we're coming along here, guys. Just hold on tight because we're about to start plating our lasagna. We're going to use this as one. I think I'm going to need more than that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push my... Thank you, Caitlin. Thank you. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to push my my hamburger sauce to the side like that, guys. And I'm going to just let it simmer. And I got my shells in the pot cooking so that I can get ready to start layering my lasagna. Brianna, you want to give me a cold rack, please? So I'm going to use this to pull the lasagna shells out, guys. And right now I just have my, let me turn this. It's right there. Okay. So right now, guys, I'm gonna just let that simmer like that. I'm gonna get ready to let you guys see me checking my lasagna shells. Thank you. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my arm and I'm just gonna move the lasagna shells around just to separate them more. But these are almost done. A few more minutes and we're going to turn off those lasagna shells and we're going to start to layer our lasagna for Wednesday Humpback Lasagna Day, guys. So I'm going to come back over here. Oh gosh. Sorry guys, I'm going to come back over here and I'm going to turn this off again because it's done everything I needed to do. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to just turn this off. I'm going to unplug it. We're going to turn this off to slow cooker. I'm going to get rid of this. And we're going to wipe the chef off because I'm hot. Woo! And this kitchen on fire, boy. When you're a chef, you gotta be ready to cook in all conditions. So I got my cold rag right here. Well, I'm not really a chef, but I'm just So now I got my ricotta right here. I got my hamburger. Let me make me some more room. Push this hamburger sauce back. Put my pan right here. And I got my shells right here. And I'm going to tell you guys a little secret just so you guys know. Pasta and rice cooks even if it's turned off. You didn't know that, did you? You heard it here first. Pasta and rice cooks even after it's turned off. So you can cook it halfway and it still will be cooked, so you don't have to let it cook. That's the problem people make when they make rice. They think they have to cook it till all the water runs out. Message: you don't have to cook it till all the water runs out. I had a Spanish friend show me that when you cook rice, you're only supposed to cook it till the water's just below the rice. And then you turn it off because it's going to continue to cook by itself. But that's a little hack for you guys. Write that down. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cool the process of cooking down because I'm all set with my pasta. And by cooling the process off, you want to put it with cold water. So we're going to stop the cooking process by putting in some cold water. That's the only way you can stop pasta and rice from cooking, is to cool down the process by putting it in some ice or putting ice over it or ice cold water. So what I'm doing is I have it in the sink and I'm just cooling down, like I said, the cooking process. Oh, I lost a couple. I'm going to use my spray gun. I'm just going to literally just cool it down. Because if I don't cool it down, it will still be cooking normally. And then you're going to have mushy lasagna shells that you're not going to be able to put on your plate the way you want because they're going to start to fall apart. So what we're going to do, we're going to drain this water. Some of my shells fell in the sink too, a couple of them. But I'm good, I got them. So we're gonna go ahead and drain that. I'm gonna move this ricotta. I'm gonna put the shells right here like this, guys. And what you do is you start layering. So what I'm gonna do is, these two are a little stuck. I go the long way when I layer. Some people go the sideways, but I go that way. And if it doesn't fit all the way to the bottom, I just make my own, like I'll cut it. So let me get my knife. So what I do is if it doesn't fit all the way to the bottom, is I just cut the lasagna shell the length of the part that doesn't fit. So this part didn't fit, so I'll cut it like about right there. And that's the thing about lasagna shells. You can do that. You can just make your own length. I'm gonna put that right there. I'll show you how I did. So look at that, guys. It didn't fit the length, so you make your own length by cutting it the length of to fill it in. So we're gonna just continue to do that. We're gonna fill up the bottom with a layer of lasagna shells, and we're gonna fill in the spots that need filled in. And feel free to, it doesn't have to be perfect, you know, but you want to get it as perfect as possible because it looks good if it looks better. So what I'm gonna do is this one didn't fit, so I'm gonna cut this. Put my other one back. And let's see. So we'll show you. I got my bottom layer already done. So I have it just like that, guys. Look at that. So I got my bottom layer on. You want to push the layers together as close as possible. You see there's a little gap right there because I made my little layer. But like I said, it doesn't have to be perfect. So, and you also want to try to fill in like little gaps. So what I do is like when I see little things like this, I just like fill it in with like a small piece that's broken or something. So I filled this one in. You could even go across like that to make it like more filled in. Now, the next thing I do, guys, is I generally, again, most people have their way of how they do little lasagna. Some people, you know, layer it, you know, a whole different way. But obviously, it's always pasta first. Some people put pasta, ricotta, pasta, hamburger, ricotta. I put pasta, regular cheese, then ricotta. So what I'm gonna do, guys, is because my battery's dying again, and that's why I had my phone on this charger in this awkward manner, is I'm gonna just like set my phone just like that. And what I'm gonna do is I'm going to get my ricotta and my cheese. So what I usually do is I go ricotta after lasagna shell. So I'm gonna see how it's manageable. You want your ricotta to be like that because it stretches and it's easier to work with. Like you ever make lasagna and you feel like it's a project because you can't spread your ricotta? Well, that's why you want to add a little bit of milk. So I'm going to plop this on here just like that, guys. And I'm going to move this part so you can see. Put this one in the front. Sorry, guys. Bear with me here. So now I'm going to just spread out the ricotta. And if you guys see, it's so easy. It's just spreading with no problem. It's not clumping. You don't, I'm going to run out of ricotta. And that's the thing. A lot of people end up running out of because they don't mix it up the way that they can to spread it out and give yourself more leeway to work with. It's, you know, you want to make it as easy as possible, but you don't want it to be where you got to keep mixing up ricotta. So you make it stretchable on your first go round, then you'll be able to finish your lasagna as many layers as you want. And my advice to you guys is when you do go buy your lasagna stuff, buy enough, because lasagna is the one thing when you're making it, you think you got enough ingredients, but then you'll run short. So what I did is I bought like double of everything so I wouldn't run out of ingredients. Now what I'm going to do, guys, so I'll let you guys see. So I got mine. There it is. There's the pasta ricotta. We're going to pour on the cheese with this one, guys. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna make this a nice cheesy experience. So we're gonna add a lot of cheese to this mixture. So this is first gonna be, I'm gonna add the Mexican blend. Hey CJ Eats, hey everybody, happy Wednesday. We're cooking today on live. So I'm gonna put a handful of the Mexican blend. And I love cheese, I'm not gonna lie, especially in lasagna. So what I do is I just sprinkle it from side to side and I go all the way down to it so that it can be evenly spread across my lasagna. And every part of my lasagna gets a little bit of cheese, nothing's missing nowhere. So that's one layer. Then we're gonna get mozzarella. I'm gonna open that up. We're gonna add a handful of the mozzarella. And again, you wanna go side to side like so. And again, it's never too much cheese. Cheese is one of the main points of lasagna. The more cheesier it is, the more better and more welcoming it is. So feel free to pour it on. Then I'm gonna go ahead and now I'm gonna start to add my hamburger sauce. And so what I do is I got my pot right here, guys. Let me turn it around so you guys can see. Yep. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna pick this up, let you see. And I'm gonna grab me a handful of my sauce and I'm just gonna literally pour it on top like that, guys. Look at that. Let me see if I can let you guys see. Look at that, guys. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna repeat that. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna get another handful of hamburger. And what we're gonna do is it's gonna be a little messy, guys, but sorry, try not to be messy. Try to be less messy, more productively, doing it without being so messy. But we're gonna add our hamburger. And this is gonna be a very hearty lasagna because it's very chunky hamburger in there. I did mush it up, but I didn't mush it up too much because I want it to be, nice and thick. And one slice is going to get to you. You won't probably be able to get another slice. That's how I want my lasagna. And that's how I like my lasagna to be. I don't like being skimp on lasagna. I like to be, if anything, splurge on it. You want more. More is always good with lasagna. So, and I filled in all the spots. And that's what you want to do. You want to fill in all your spots on your lasagna. You don't want it to look skimp. So let me show you guys. I'll give you a nice little look. So that's what we got so far. So my first layer was pasta. Second layer was my ricotta. My third layer was 2 different cheeses, which consisted of Mexican blend and mozzarella. And then my last layer was my ground beef. And then what you will want to do is you literally will want to repeat this process until you get to the top of your pan. And then my top layer always usually consists of the pasta with cheese on top. Now, some people like their top layer to just have pasta with no cheese, but I always let my last layer be just my lasagna shells with the cheese on top, preferably orange cheese. So I probably just use the Mexican blend for the top layer. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna just continue to layer our lasagna, guys. So I'm gonna get my lasagna shells again. Got another layer, shells. And you wanna, like I said, you wanna fill in all your spots and you want your lasagna, like you want everything filled in. So you wanna kind of try to add your lasagna shells as close together as possible so there's no gaps and they're filled in. And if it goes over or you layer a lasagna on top of another one, that's fine. Because at the end of the day, once it cooks, it's going to be all together and you won't know the difference. So I layered these all going horizontally. But I'm going to layer these last ones going, I layered these ones going vertically, but I'm going to layer these ones going horizontally, excuse me. So we're gonna put those, and if it, like I said, happens to go over the side of the pan like that, see how it's going? That's perfectly fine. It's fine. But if you see how perfect that looks? Look at that. So I'm gonna put my other layer horizontal. Yeah, like that. And like I said, remember, it doesn't matter if you have a little bit going over the top, but if it aggravates you to have a little bit going over the top, have you a nice knife, a nice cooking kitchen knife, and you could just even off the tops, just like that. You could cut it right off. So that's what I just did that. So what I'll do is I'll cut off. And always feel free to do that. If you're like, oh, I don't want it hanging over, you can always cut the edges off. And then we're gonna go back to our ricotta, give it a little mix, fold mix. We're gonna scoop it out, and we're gonna just literally pour it. And you wanna kind of do that. You wanna kind of pour your ricotta so that it drapes over all. So like, if that makes sense, you wanna do more of a pouring effect versus a plopping. You want it to like ladle and pour so that you will have more ricotta. Now, believe it or not, guys, this is like gonna be probably just 3 layers because it's already deep and it's already almost full. And I still have a whole half of a pan of pot of ricotta, so I can and plenty of spaghetti sauce and shells. So like I said, I can make a whole nother one, but this is a nice big pan, and I'm making enough for me and my daughter so I can give her some. But I probably make her, because she made me my own, so I probably make her own pan when I'm done with this. So what I'm gonna do is I put my shells, my ricotta, and get my cheese. So this time I'm gonna switch it up because like I told you, I'm gonna have my orange on top, so I'm gonna switch this up. And I'm gonna go white on this side first now, because we're getting closer to our top. Thanks everybody for watching the video. I appreciate it, guys. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to My Crazy Big Black Family on YouTube. This is a YouTube video with My Crazy Big Black Family live stream cooking video, guys. Thank you for watching. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going all white on here. Mozzarella. And then I'm gonna add a layer of the Mexican blend. I'm only gonna go a little bit because like I said, that's gonna be my top layer. And this is already, the mozzarella pieces are pretty thick, so I'm gonna just go a little bit with the Mexican blend. We're gonna add some more hamburger meat on top of that. And remember, the same thing with the hamburger, you wanna like pour as you put it on it. You wanna spread it like so that it will spread. Let me see if I can show you guys. Like that, guys. You wanna like spread and push like this, like lay it down like you're laying something. Because if you lay it, then you'll get more out of your hamburger and you'll be able to spread it out more. So you wanna lay it down. What are you guys cooking tonight for dinner, guys? Comment down below what you're gonna cook for dinner. And if you find this, and I'm sorry for the little mess, I got a little mess going on here, but it's gonna taste good. Try to be, you know, a little clean, but sometimes that don't work. So I'm gonna fill in all the missing spots that we wanna see nothing but our hamburger. And look at that, guys. I'll send it back for you. Look at that. And this is heavy. This is only like 3 layers right now. And it's so deep and heavy. When this is cut, the pieces will be full. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna, like I said, for my last layer, is gonna be just shells and the orange cheese. So we're gonna go again, vertical with these shells. So we're gonna start this way. And you wanna do them close together again. Make them as close to, even if they touch each other, that's fine. You don't want any gaps, so you're gonna put them, maybe even put them on top of each other a little bit. That might be easier. And the one thing is, try not to throw away none of your lasagna shells because they always can be used to fill in a little gap. So, and I'm gonna keep these ones extra that I have and make another lasagna for my daughter before the night's over. So I'm gonna go horizontal with these last two ones and I'm gonna overlap them so I have no parts showing. And this is my last one. I'm gonna let it overlap a little bit because that's fine. I don't mind. I'm not gonna even bother cutting it. And I'm gonna let you guys see. So this is the end results, guys. Look at that. That is your end result. And then now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take my Mexican blend cheese and I'm just gonna add that to the top of this lasagna. And I'm gonna fully add it because I wanted to cover it so that it will look pretty. And after the cooking process, you will have your traditional orange looking on top of your lasagna. Some people like white, but I think for me, it looks better to have the orange on top. And that's usually my last layer is the orange cheese. And this is like orange and white. It's the Mexican blend. So it's two different colors. And I just like to just add that on there just like that. And like I said, you want to go heavy with this layer. My last layer I did because I was going to use the orange on top. But this layer is your pretty layer. This is the one that's going to be visible once it gets out the oven, once the cheese melts and everything else. So you want to go kind of fill that in and have it look, as full and, everything filled in as possible. No gaps, no missing cheese, where everything nice and neat. And that is that. Guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope you guys don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to my Crazy Big Black Family on YouTube. Feel free. You can freeze this if you want to. You can use a throwaway pan, aluminum throwaway pan. Go to Dollar Tree. Make you some of these, put them in the freezer. This is already ready to go in the freezer or the oven. So what I'm going to do, you can feel free to, I will cook this at 400 degrees, maybe even, we'll say 400. 400 degrees for about 25 minutes or 375 for about 35 to 40 minutes. But I'm going to put it on 400. But like I said, this could be covered with aluminum foil, put in your freezer, ready for dinner or get together this weekend. Guys, don't forget to like this video. I hope this video was informative for you. And if you didn't know how to cook and you learned it today, thank you guys. Please leave a like in this video. And don't forget to subscribe to my Crazy Big Black Family. Happy Wednesday, guys. Enjoy. Bye. Yes.